Happy Sip and Sparkle Sunday. Hello, Miss Jennifer.
Hello, Miss Lisa. Happy Sip and Sparkle Sunday.
Yes. Okay, so cheers.
Cheers.
Happy soon to be New Year.
Soon to be New Year.
Yes.
Let's get started.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yes.
So tasty. All right, so gosh, I can't believe that anybody does not know who you are, but I'm sure there might be maybe one or two viewers, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. So why don't you just introduce yourself and we'll go from there.
So my name is Jennifer Klassen, and I am the very, very proud and blessed owner of Gather in downtown McKinney. Woohoo! It's a private event venue. The only public event we hold every Wednesday morning. The Chamber of Commerce
Really?
meets the networking links meeting. All businesses in downtown McKinney. I'll tell you, I have two favorite events that we've ever held at Gather. That's one of them.
Links,
The
yeah.
links meeting on Wednesday. If you're a business owner and you haven't been to Gather for that meeting, like seriously, there's something wrong with that group. But it's
Y'all have
fun.
some
It's fun.
scruples.
So we specialize in obviously weddings and rehearsal dinners, birthday parties, anniversary parties. It has grown. We've won best venue six out of the last 7 years.
That is
I'm super,
unbelievable.
super proud of that.
Amazing.
We've been named the Knots best wedding 3 times now.
Wow.
2016, 2018, and they just announced this week 2019.
That's crazy.
So, and then the Wedding Wire Couples Choice Award twice,
Okay.
and Living Magazine. We won best venue in McKinney last year, and this year we won best venue in McKinney, Allen, and Frisco. Best wedding venue, best place to have a wedding.
That is amazing.
I know. Yay!
Yay! That is
Yay!
exciting. Oh my
Yay!
gosh.
The hard work is paying off.
Mm-hmm.
It's super fun. People ask, I want to own a venue. My grandma has land and we want to put a barn on it and we want to open a venue. Well, you have to mop the floors at 2 a.m. You have to take the trash out. You have to be there when the bride gets there. You don't leave until after the last guest leaves. One thing we decided, my daughter Crystal opened Gather with me back in November of 2011. And
Wow,
we
it's been
just,
that
I know. And now she's
Crazy.
given me 2 grandbabies since then. My youngest daughter, Paige, and her wife got married at Gather. So that's my second favorite event. Links and my
Okay.
own child's wedding.
Yay.
But we decided from the beginning, I was never going to be a venue that handed you the key and said, sweep up when you're done. We do the floor plan. We do the linens. We do the tables, chairs, glassware, plateware. We help you with your vendor references. So I have a list of small local businesses. I like to promote the small local businesses in McKinney and, Frisco and Allen and Plano. But I'll share with you, these things work. If a mom is talking about something that her daughter saw on Pinterest, and I know that's not going to work, I've seen it, it doesn't work, I will share with them. I'll still do it if you're like, no, I want to do this. But if you want to hear the truth behind what works and doesn't work, that's what we do.
And that's important.
The staff, so I have 12 part-time employees.
Okay.
4, when we think about that, 5 of them have been with me more than 4 years.
Wow.
2 of them have been with me all 7 years.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
Huge testament to y'all.
We pay them well, and they're really good service. If my little sip and sparkle is halfway full, the Gather staff better be walking up and filling it.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. So it's just fun. It's a family business.
I love it.
Yeah, we love being in downtown McKinney. Like right on the square is the funnest place to own a business ever.
It really is.
It's just, we just love it. I don't think of it as work.
And that's important.
None of it feels like work, and it's the hardest I've ever worked in my life. So
That's
I met
usually
you
the way
from
it is.
Gather. I met you
I
from
know.
Links.
I know.
Hello.
I know.
I just
it's
love it.
awesome. It is. It is awesome. So, okay, so you didn't just one day just dream up saying that you're going to have an event venue.
Not at all.
So share with the viewers a little bit what did you do prior to Gather and how did you get into that?
I was actually 24 years at the same company. I started as a temp receptionist, and worked my way up. When I left, I was one of their global directors of corporate real estate and corporate facilities, and held all of the events for our campus. And to be at one company for 24 years, mostly women executives were always in front of me. And there is a business to running a successful business. It's not a hobby. I mean, we have a P&L. I learned that at my corporate job. We have processes. I learned that at my corporate job. Putting together a wedding is like running a board meeting. Like, everyone needs to know their role so that the bride and the groom and their parents and their friends and their family, they leave that event thinking, oh my God, that was the best day of my life. So I left there. Well, actually, when the space became available, my daughter, who worked at McAfee, Crystal, she quit her job. And I said, this space is available. What can we do with it? So it originally was a restaurant for about 6 to 8 months. And then my daughter came and said, no, I don't want to do a restaurant. I never envisioned this as a restaurant. People were asking, can we hold a birthday party here? Have you ever held a wedding here? And Crystal really, really stepped in and found the niche of private events at Gather.
Neat.
We turned off lunch, turned on brunch. I miss our brunch. Lisa, we stopped brunch 2 years ago. And we still get brunch reservation phone calls.
Oh, your brunch is fabulous.
I miss it. I loved it.
It was so fun.
But that's when we were doing, 40, 50 private events a year. We did over 120 private events last year.
That's insane.
I know, right?
Wow.
It was so fun. Every one of them were so fun. But at some point, you have to stay in your lane. You have to say, this is what we do. This is what we're good at. This is where we put all our energy. And private events is it. So after about 3 years, I left my corporate job and joined Crystal, and we ran it because she held it up for the first 3 years.
Okay.
Paige, her wife, Kyle, my sister Ashley, who's a teacher at McKinney Boyd, they'll all bartend for me. You don't know who you're going to see in the Klaussen family when you come to a Gather event.
That's awesome.
But once we realized private events is where we are, we just hit it. And service, the CN Catering is my exclusive caterer. I tell people on tours, look, even if you don't pick Gather, you need to pick the right venue. But whatever venue you pick, if you have to have a caterer, look at CN Catering. They're the best food out there. When we get reviews, they talk about the staff and they talk about the food. I can't take credit for the building. It was built in 1935. It's a historic building in downtown McKinney. I cannot take credit for how beautiful the pressed tin ceiling, the painted wall. If you go on the Gather McKinney website, that's the original outside of the building next to us from the 1920s.
Oh, so cool.
But the staff and the service and the food, that's where we really started carving out. People need to leave here and say, it wasn't stressful to throw a 50th birthday party. It was so easy planning my daughter's wedding, my son's rehearsal dinner. We do celebration of life events. We've had lots of those. But to hear,
love that.
Oh my God,
love that.
To
What a
hear
great venue.
stories of these people's lives, it's just amazing. I mean, I think my staff has cried at as many events as the guests have cried during toasts, and we have some bloopers. Every once in a while, I do look around and wonder, there's got to be a film crew following me. Nobody would believe this. So it just kind of grew. It grew into what it is today, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great family business in a great part of McKinney.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. And where do you see it going in the next 5 to 10 years?
So, that's a really good question. We bought the building 3 years ago. So we were, rents in downtown McKinney were going up and going up. And I said, it doesn't need to cost $20,000 to have a wedding. It's a shocker, but it doesn't. And at Gather, it will never cost you $20,000 to have a wedding. But the rents were going up to a level where I was really going to have to charge a lot to just do private events. So we asked if we could buy the building, and the gentleman said, no. And I said, well, we're going to close Gather. And so my daughter cried, and I prayed, and he came back about a month later and said, do you really want to buy that building? Wow. I said, I really do want to buy that building. And so when you ask about 5 or 10 years from now, our tenants upstairs, they're small businesses. We have minimal rent charges because I don't ever want to be a building owner that puts a small business. I mean, we're not a nonprofit. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, I get that.
But when you talk about where's Gather going to be, well, Gather will continue to grow and continue to serve the community as long as the community responds to Gather. So we donate the space for Purses with Purpose. We, discount that deeply. We do. We've done lots and lots of charity events this year. The Hugs, they hold their Hugs Cafe.
Oh, that was so cool.
They hold their summer social and their winter social dances for all their employees at Gather. Jingle Booties. The community right here, historic Helen Hutton, she does the Jingle Booties diaper bank event at Gather.
Oh, cool.
So you have to, not because you're obligated. I don't have a business sense that every business is obligated to give back. I think the businesses that put out are going to get back the same thing, and that's why we do what we do.
I love it.
So, we've already booked 40. I didn't count. I should have counted about 40 weddings for 2019. So,
wow.
Yesterday I was, I was just at the office in the morning getting caught up from the holidays. Super nice couple walked in, looked at the space. We need to book a rehearsal dinner for our son because it's coming. I'm like, okay, let's do it. That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
That's amazing. Well, I just think you're amazing, and just what you and Kyle do for the community and your whole family, it's
a lot.
It is a lot. And I mean, you have such a servant's heart, and I love that story that you said that you prayed about it and then you were blessed.
And he said, do you want to buy that building? I said, I sure do.
So cool. Yeah. So cool. So many more blessings to you in the years ahead.
I hope so.
Before I forget, for our viewers, if there's somebody watching who's like, oh, I need to book the venue. Or can I just at least see the inside of it if I haven't seen it? So how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, well, you can email info@gathermckinney.com.
Okay.
Or you can just Google, Gather in downtown McKinney.
Okay.
Google best wedding venue in McKinney. Yeah. I hope it comes up. I should have tried that before I said it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't live at Gather, but I feel like I live at Gather, and I'll show anybody Gather anytime.
Okay.
And there's always champagne and beer and wine in the fridge, so help yourselves.
Well, there you go.
If I'm not there, help yourself.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, in closing, since the new year is fast approaching, why don't you share a little bit about something really cool that y'all are doing on New Year's?
Yeah, so we decided this just a couple weeks ago. Martin Lucas, who we met at Lynx about a year ago, he's a performer here in McKinney, and he is going to be the entertainment at Gather for New Year's Eve. And it's from 8:30 till 12:30. The shocking part is it's only $100 a person, but it includes a 4-course meal. And when I say 4-course meal, I'm talking panko fried mac and cheese balls with truffle ranch, chicken nostra, beef brisket with hoisin sauce, chopped salad, sea salt asparagus. I mean, it's a fabulous dinner.
Yum.
And then Martin will be the entertainment, but it also includes complimentary beer and wine.
That's huge. I mean, that alone, my gosh.
So tickets will go on sale up until Saturday.
Okay.
So at some point, we have to start preparing, our count for the food and everything. Lots of tickets have sold already, but if you want to know about that, you need to go to martinlucas.com.
Okay.
And his is MartinLucas.com. And so that's where you can get your tickets and find out more information about that.
Awesome.
It will be a lot of fun.
Oh, it'll be
a lot of fun.
It's going to be amazing. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yay. Thank you.
And thank you for being my friend.
Oh, thank you for being my friend, Jennifer.
So I'll tell them a little secret. Lisa's always asking questions, but her jewelry that she sells is just beautiful. And she let me wear this amazing necklace here, and I said, this is like at the Oscars when they let you borrow all the fancy jewelry to wear during your interviews.
Well,
That's
gorgeous.
What I felt like.
It looks great on you, and you can borrow it anytime.
Yay.
Or Kyle may have to buy it for you for a gift, maybe. Because you're worth it, right?
I think I am.
I think you're worth it, Kyle. What do you think? All right, y'all. Well, until next Sunday, And oh my gosh, it'll be 2019.
It will be 2019.
Holy cow. Okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yay.
May you sip and sparkle.
Sip and sparkle.
Yay. Bye.